Alright, so yesterday I did a recording of Papa's Wingeria to go, so this time I'm going to do a recording for Papa's Freezeria Deluxe. So let's get right into it. My name is Shauna, of course. I'm a female. But yeah, I talked a little bit about this in yesterday's recording of Papa's Wingeria to go, but I decided that I'm gonna only do Let's Plays of my favorite to-go games, and wait until Deluxe comes out to do the Deluxe versions of the other ones. But I'll still do a Deluxe version of Papa's Wingeria, for example. I just don't really feel that motivated to play a lot of the to-go games. As for Papa's Scooperia, I don't know if I'm going to finish that. I may eventually finish it, but if I do, I'm just gonna release recordings of it regularly. I'm not gonna premiere it like I did earlier this year. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have one to-go game going at a time and one Deluxe game going at a time. So after we do, and I'm gonna kind of go in chronological order, though for to-go games I am skipping. I decided to skip, the pre-Wingeria to-go games, but after Wingeria to go, I'm probably gonna do Papa's Donuteria to go, then Papa's Bakeria to go. I might do Papa's Pasteria to go. I'm not 100% sure, but I want to stick with my favorite ones since doing Deluxe games is just easier to record. Plus, it has all the quality of life improvements that the other games do not have. The older to-go games, so yeah. And I might do Mokeria and Cluckeria, and of course Paletteria. Paletteria is one of my favorites, so I'm definitely gonna do that. But yeah, and then after I do Papa's. Actually, what am I doing? I don't know why. Alright. I should have skipped the tutorial, but whatever. We're doing it now. I like to get the make 'em wait sticker out of the way on the first day. Otherwise, it just becomes a dumpster fire. Okay, good. I was worried I skipped the tutorial too late and Tony wouldn't come. I was about to be like, Tony, where are you? But yeah. I know I started Papa's Pancakeria to go, but I might just wait until Deluxe to do a Let's Play on a Pancakeria game. I still enjoy it, but not quite as much as the other games I mentioned I will plan on doing, so yeah. And of course Papa's Burgeria Deluxe. I'm definitely gonna do that eventually. Because Burgeria is long overdue for a remake. It's the most outdated Gameria. Besides Cupcakeria, it doesn't have any specials. I think it's the only game that doesn't have specials so far. And then not only that, but it's also the only game that doesn't have any none of the versions have any holidays or even custom workers. Because if I recall, I don't think, the HD version has any custom workers. And then, we didn't have custom workers in the to-go games until Scooperia to-go. But I think even the HD version doesn't have them. So yeah, I cannot wait until we get Papa's Burgeria Deluxe. It's been on my wish list for years now. So was Freezeria, but we eventually got that. So now we're waiting on Burgeria Deluxe. Though, I do like your theory, Green Ethan, about why we got Pizzeria first. And it's because it was the first savory game to come out, originally. And then for, the sweet Gameria, it was, of course, Freezeria, which was outdated anyway until we got Deluxe. Though, another thing to consider is, well, a couple of things. Number one, I remember you saying they were alternating between, remakes and original games. It was confirmed, I believe. However, I feel like Matt and Tony have changed their minds. Because, after we got Pizzeria Deluxe, we got a Jack Smith remaster. And then I think we're gonna get another remake, whether it be Papa Louie When Pizzas Attack, Cactus McCoy, Papa's Burgeria Deluxe, Papa's Cupcakeria Deluxe, I feel like we would have got another Papa's Next Chefs by now if they were doing like another original game. So I have a feeling that we're actually going to be getting yet another remake next. And that's fair. I think it's a good idea for Matt and Tony focusing on, updating their older games. And then while they're doing that, they can come up with ideas for original games. Because that's another thing too, is people may sometimes run out of ideas, so they may not have the inspiration to work on a new game from scratch. Working on remakes will give them some time to think about new ideas. So yeah, I definitely think that's a good idea. Plus, like I said, a lot of their games are outdated. So it's good I think it'll be a good idea for them to, remake them, make them better and more playable and more optimized. So, yeah, I think that's a good route for them to do. And then, later on down the road, once we get a lot of the older games remade, like Burgeria, then they can start going back to making new games again. And, there have been some exceptions, but a lot of the times they do tend to alternate between sweet and savory games. So there is a good chance that we could actually get a sweet deluxe game next. And if that is the case, then, Papa's Cupcakeria is the most outdated, because it's the only one that doesn't have specials yet. None of the versions have specials. But like I said, there have been some exceptions. Like, for example, we got 3 Savory Gamerias in a row. Then we got Wingeria and Hot Doggeria. Then we got, Sushiria and Posteria to go. I think, I could be wrong, but I think they have, like, a few more savory games than sweets games. So I think they should focus on getting, just release, 2 savory games in a row, being Papa's Pizzeria Deluxe and Papa's Burgeria Deluxe. Then they can start alternating between sweet and savory games. They can make Cupcakeria Deluxe after Burgeria Deluxe. Then they can do, I don't know, let's say Taco Mia Deluxe, and so forth and so on. Yeah, my waiting score is suffering. I need to get some stuff in my lobby. Wondering why you got a low score? Yeah, because these people are impatient. Oh, everything else is perfect. But yeah, man. In terms of flip line games, Papa's Burgeria Deluxe is my number 1 wish. And it's not even a debate. It's the number 1 game I want from them. And I'm gonna be so fucking happy once it's finally announced. Man. Yeah, let's play some mini games. Yeah, I think I'm really enjoying the deluxe games so far. Both this game and Papa's Pizzeria Deluxe are top tier. So yeah, I'm probably gonna, like I said, I'll probably just skip over a lot of the to-go games, but I will do them. I will do the deluxe versions when they come out. And I hope when we get Papa's Burgeria Deluxe, we get new buns and new patties. Because just having one bun and one patty is too simplistic. I mean, it works for, like, you know, it worked for, like, you know, back then when their games had to be more simplistic. But now that technology is evolving and they're figuring out ways to, you know, put more content into their games, I hope we get, like, you know, a variety of, like, you know, buns and a variety of, like, different meat patties. Because that will make the game even better. And, of course, more condiments like honey mustard and stuff. And we can't forget, like, you know, holiday items. Oh, crap. Thank you, thank you. Usually I turn off the music, but I can't even really hear it. I accidentally pulled my speaker, unplugged my speakers, so the sound on my computer hasn't been running that well because it doesn't have any speakers to come out of. So, yeah, hopefully I get that sorted out eventually. Ooh, yes, our first special, banana butter. Oh, hold on, guys. Alright, I put my phone on sleep mode. Alright. Oh, crap. Didn't make this one. Oh boy. Alright. And yeah, like I told you before, I will remake my order ticket gallery or whatever, archive, whatever, on Wattpad once Papa's Burgeria Deluxe comes out. Like you, I'm probably just gonna only do one version of each Gameria and not all versions. Because it'll give a better idea. Of what my what my favorite holidays are, what my favorite ingredients are, stuff like that. Which, I favorite Valentine's Day. I always favorite Valentine's Day when it's available. So Papa's Wingeria will be the only one to have a different holiday, which will be Maple Mornings. Because I love Maple Mornings as a backup holiday, and because the ingredients are so good. So, yeah. I'm just worried that it'll cause confusion, because, there are a lot of, ingredients in one version that are, in the original version, the web versions, they are holiday ingredients. But in the to-go version, they're, standard ingredients. And, an example is the Neapolitan drizzle from Papa's Donuteria games. So, that's my only concern. On the good news is, I've noticed that, Flipline took a break from doing the carts for a while, but I noticed that, they've gotten back into it. Hell, Taru recently got a new cart, which I'm sure you were very excited to see that she finally got one. So this could be a sign that they are working on the next Deluxe game. Oh my god, Kahuna. Seriously. This game, I hate this game. It's not my least favorite game, but I hate it when, the two, you get trapped between the two cars and you can't really escape. That's very annoying. Alright. I escaped their trap. Oh my god, Mandy again. At least we get some money for it. Okay, and yep. Tip bonus, thank goodness. But yeah, hopefully the carts are a sign that they could be working on the next Gameria. And it'll probably have Papa's Raceway. Because it's a waste to work on all these carts if you're not even going to put Papa's Raceway in the Gamerias. So, yeah. And I really hope we get Papa's, we get customer cravings again. Because it's honestly one of my favorite game areas, along with the, the shooting game area, the hot shot, cold shot, those game areas. I'm glad they decided to bring it back. Mm. Alright. And yeah, these games do get more and more fun as we unlock more and more ingredients and unlock more and more customers. It's part of the thrill. Seeing what ingredients they're unlocking, what customers we're unlocking next. Especially when the game first comes out. It's definitely fun to play a new game area for the first time. And I am looking forward to doing that again. But like I mentioned earlier, it might be better for Matt and Tony to focus on remakes for the time being. Because and I think they're doing that right now, because they did confirm that they're working on something. It's just too early in development to show anything. And now, when they do a game from scratch, they usually announce it early in development. But with these Steam games, I've noticed they've been trying to develop these games a little bit and then, showing them off. Because they want to have like a video on Steam prepared, so yeah. It's definitely a sign that they're working on something Steam related. A remake. So hopefully we get that in the next couple of months. The moosin' with us Sundays. Actually, is there like a achievement where we like leave like Sunday, like 4 Sundays? I'm gonna do that just in case. Alright. Let's try it, see what happens. Because a lot of the game areas do have it where you have to like leave beans in the, cook station. Cook station, grill station, bake station, mix station, whatever. Alright. Now let's see if we get that achievement. Okay, good. Good. Oh boy, Breakfast Blast. This game is a little bit challenging. Not JoJo's Burger Match challenging, but it can still be a bit frustrating. I hope honestly, if I could get rid of one minigame forever, it would be JoJo's Burger Match, JoJo's Burger Slots / JoJo's Burger Match. Alright. Awesome Possum. And when we get what am I saying? Papa's Burgeria Deluxe, I think we should start in Portellini Feast and then Starlight Barbecue. Because number one, we haven't started off with an August holiday and ended off in a July holiday yet. Number two, I feel like Portellini Feast would be a very good holiday to start off with. And number three, I think a lot of the times, they will end off on holidays that tie into the story or into the game area. So I think, I think Starlight Barbecue would be perfect to end off JoJo's Burger Match. Not JoJo's Burger Match. Papa's Burgeria Deluxe on. Maybe, the story can be about, I don't know, barbecue related, I don't know, but I just think it would work out well to start off with Portellini Feast and end in Starlight Barbecue. Portellini Feast sounds like it'll be a very good holiday for Burgeria Deluxe. I really hope we get Portellini Feast as our August holiday. Same with Maple Mornings as our September holiday. Plus, if by some unfortunate chance we get Mardi Gras for our February holiday, I can use either Portellini Feast or Maple Mornings to fall back on. Whichever one has the better ingredients overall. Holiday ingredients. But yeah, I'm gonna make Rupert again. Now, I mentioned this earlier. I mean, in the Papa's Wingeria recording, but the shitty thing about, Mikkel's hair color is it didn't become available until Freezeria to go. This hair color right here, that's the one that's definitely closest to Mikkel's. But luckily with Rupert, I can, his hair color is more, I guess you can say, basic, so we actually get it from the get-go. Old, a lot of the older games have it. Pre-Freezeria to go games. Alright. Okay, what? I guess we'll do that. Trying to remember what features I use exactly, but yeah. It takes some time to get, get accustomed to all the features when you start using a different custom worker. But yeah. Alright, let's get on with day 5. Once we get Papa's Burgeria Deluxe announced, I am gonna do a predictions thing on Wattpad. I have a big book of stuff just for general, blogs and just, miscellaneous stuff. So it'll be put under there. Alright. Oh yeah. I haven't set up the premiere yet for Wingeria to go, so I'm probably going to do that after I'm done recording this. If you're wondering why my premieres don't always show up right away is, I just don't always think about, setting them in advance. I'm used to just, premiering them almost instantly. But since I'm gonna be premiering, oh crap, exclusively tonight. Yeah, I didn't need to get in the swing of setting them further in advance. For nights like tonight. Yeah, I think I overblended the Sunday a little bit. We need timers badly. Really, really. Oh, I forgot to make Nyx. Why can't my server help with this? As for my closer prediction, I think they're just gonna recycle the schedule from, HD and to go. Now in Papa's Pizzeria Deluxe, it changed a little bit from HD, but I don't know. And I know Yuko's flip deck foreshadows is a possible foreshadowing of Pancakeria Deluxe, which she'll replace Hank as the Monday closer. Ah, Blender biatch. Okay, good. More furniture. And I think that's Valentine's Day furniture too. Woo! Close one. Oh yeah, the food truck. I'll toy around with this a little bit. I don't want to drag this on. Blue, 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 blue. I'm blue da dee da da die. I'm blue da dee da da die. Mm-hmm. 22 more points. Goodness gracious. We need tacos. Alright. 2 more days, I believe. I keep doing that. I keep looking at this. Then I get confused and use the strawberry mixable. The good news is we're gonna have payday after day 7. I'm probably gonna buy a timer because it's easy to let things overcook when you don't have one. Oh, Robbie. Okay. I'll be with you. I'll get with you in a bit. Alright. Guess we'll go ahead and make his before we start working on building other Sundays. Alright, hopefully we don't start the holiday a day late. It's rare, but sometimes if things don't work out. Ooh, nice. Starlight Jubilee Wall. Sometimes I won't start the first holiday until day 9. Alright. Points or... I guess I'll keep the tips on. I need them. Okay, and we should... rank up after today. Ooh, moose! The building station in this game can be hard to perfect. This doesn't, I mean, this goes for Freezeria in general, not just this particular version. Though it's actually really easy in 2Go, but HD, the web, and Deluxe, it's a bit more tricky. I don't know what my dad and my brother are talking about. I have no idea what they're babbling about. Hopefully nothing concerning. Alright. I'm gonna go see right quick while the Sunday blends. It's just football stuff. Alright. Let's get on with this last Sunday and we are gonna call it an episode. Yeah, there's an opening game today. Oh boy, and of course their team is playing. And then Purple Ethan's team, the Philadelphia Eagles, is actually going. Ooh, nice. Got the piggy bank sticker. Sure. Yeah, I'm hungry. He asked if I wanted a waffle. Alright. We're almost done anyway, so it's okay. Alright. I guess I will end it off here. I will see you guys later. Goodbye.